Hello, welcome to my final course project for the human factors in AI. This is Ting. So the topic I choose is optimizing infrastructure support with predictive incident management, leveraging machine learning approach. So in this project, we will go over task analysis, user experience design, privacy consideration, and ethical consideration. So starting with task analysis, the problem is centered around the software company's infrastructure support team, which constantly face the urgency of resolving support tickets. These tickets represent critical issues that demand immediate attention, turning the team into firefighters who must react swiftly to each incident. So the primary objective here is to use machine learning to predict and forecast potential incidents and component failures to optimize team's efforts and resources allocation, ultimately improving team capacity utilization. So the key task here is we want to develop a predictive model using historical incident data to forecast future incidents and predict the frequency of component failures. So when we break down individual tasks in task analysis, the first thing is data collection. We want to gather historical incident data, system metrics, urgency level, and team capacity or burn down charts. And then for the model training, we use the time series forecasting and anomaly detection techniques to train the model. In terms of validation, we want to try to see if we can do human in the loop and also conduct iterative experiments with historical data to validate model performance and refine it based on the feedback. So the deployment consideration, we want to implement the model for online prediction with monitoring tools to detect data and potential concept drift, establish regular retraining schedules. So how do we simplify the task flow? The first thing we can do is automate data collection. Automating the collection of relevant data can streamline the process and ensure a continuous flow of up-to-date information for the model. And then the second thing we can do is incremental learning. Since we are using online prediction model can learn at real time, so we can help the model adapt to new data over time without the need for completely retraining. And third is we can do user interface for monitoring. If we develop a user-friendly interface for monitoring model predictions and system health, that can simplify the task flow and improve the user experience by providing real-time insights alerts. So this is the first part regarding task analysis. And then secondly, we want to look at for user experience design. So the interaction with the proposed solution for user. So our user will primarily be the infrastructure support team, and they will interact with the solutions through a dashboard that displays real-time predictions of potential incidents, system health, and anomaly detection alerts. This dashboard will enable the team to proactively address issues before they escalate into urgent support tickets. But several key considerations here is first user input and feedback loops. So users can provide feedback on the accuracy of predictions and alerts, which will be used to refine and improve the model. And we also want to enhance transparency on the model. So the system will include explanations of how predictions are made, including the data and factors were considered, and also to build trust and understanding among users. So lastly, we also want to communicating uncertainty with our user because no model is perfect. So the dashboard will display confidence level for prediction to communicate the degree of certainty and help users make informed decisions. So next, we want to look at privacy consideration. So there are three aspects I considered. The first one is when we do the data collection, the collection of historical incident data and system metrics might cause concern about privacy and data protection. And secondly, the data usage. how the data is used in the AI system to make predictions could potentially expose sensitive information. And thirdly, we must consider applicable privacy laws. So GDPR and any local data protection laws may apply, creating obligations to protect personal data, ensure data accuracy, and provide transparency to user about how their data is used. So finally, come to ethical consideration. The potential source of bias will be in historical incident data due to past decision-making process or systematic issues within the infrastructure. And we also want to meet the ethical AI goals, which is fairness, accountability, and transparency. So for fairness, we want to ensure the model does not perpetuate or amplify bias by regularly auditing its decision for fairness. And then next one is we want to think about accountability. So for that, we can establish clear guidelines for model oversight and mechanisms for addressing any issues or harm that arise from its use. And finally, for transparency, we will provide detailed documentation and explanation of the model's functioning, data source, and decision-making process. That's all for my final course project. Thank you for listening.